So welcome to the second video. It's been a little while since I've done the first one. I've packed up my apartment in the last week and moved it out to a friend's storage cage. I've also got a renter for my apartment for 6 months. I'm just currently down at the Docklands. Thought I'd come down here. It's a nice sunny day, and this is where I've spent quite a bit of time in the past to journal and think about things, and thought it would be a good place to come and do the next video, which I thought would be about mental health. Actually, walking around Flagstaff Gardens might be a good idea, because this is also somewhere I've spent a considerable amount of time dealing with the thoughts, the mental health, that kind of stuff. So I thought treat you guys to a little look around the Flagstaff Gardens quickly here in Melbourne, and just go for a little walk and talk, as they say in the mental health sort of world. Walk and talk it out. So I haven't got all the latest gear for doing all this kind of stuff. I've just got my iPhone, and as you can tell, speaking into my earphones, microphone. Maybe I'll get some gear as time goes on. There's quite a few things going on in my head. There's this battle between wanting to sort out my mental health while also realising that you can't just run away from your problems. I guess I'm doing a bit of both, or hoping to do a bit of both. Change of scenery, aka run away, while also putting a lot of time and effort into the way I'm thinking and what's the best way to move that to a more positive space. So when you hear other people talk about their mental health, I think it's quite an eye-opener to see and realise how other people deal with it. And one of them is obviously Stephen Fry. He's commented about having mental health issues for a long time. And I think he was asked, if you could sort of have a magic wand and take that away, where you don't have the super high highs, nor do you have the super low lows. He said that no, he wouldn't take it away because it's part of him, and through those highs there's a lot of great work that he can do. He's very productive and has lots of ideas and what have you. And obviously, if you ever watch any of Stephen Fry's stuff, he's obviously got a lot of deep thought and has a lot of ideas. And so for him, he said it's part of him, and he wouldn't go without it. And just people kayaking, which is pretty cool. Do we have a choice? Do we actually have a choice, the way our brain works, etc.? I don't think it's as easy as making a choice. I feel you can choose to walk against the flow of a river. How long can you keep that going? Eventually you're going to have to give in to Mother Nature and let what will be, and go with the flow of nature. Let it take you where it wants you to be. Clearly I'm not meant to be in some way, shape or form where I'm at right now. Hence why I'm sad. So that's something I wrote down as a bit of a reflection point of some sort of energy in this world is driving things, I believe. And you may, through your life experience, want more money. You may, through your life experience, want more attention, etc., etc. But I feel like life has a route and a journey for you. And if you're fighting against the flow of the water to get to the thing or place you want to be, it's going to come with a cost. You're going to exert a lot of energy, even if you get there, and eventually Mother Nature's going to have its way no matter what. No one lives forever, so all of that striving accounts for what? So in periods in my life where I've been my happiest have been when I've completely let things go the way it needs to go. Go with the flow, as they say. There was a monk I was listening to, as you do. He was on Diary of CEO. I've seen him on a few different podcasts. He's from Germany originally, and basically he was saying, he was asked the question, are you happy? And his response was, he's at peace. I thought that was a really good response because, as the Americans say, in their Declaration of Independence, I think it is, he talks about the pursuit of happiness. And is that really the right pursuit? The pursuit of happiness? Is that a never-ending goal? Something that you can't actually grasp? I had a thought the other day as well, which was pretty far-fetched, which was about the pyramids. And also I think it's the pyramids that have the eye symbol in, which is meant to be the Illuminati or what have you. And I was just kind of thinking, was that a symbol of what it is that humans are just bound to do, which is build a pyramid scheme? And that's why the Egyptians went, like, how obvious can we be to future civilizations that what you're doing isn't correct? Let's put all this crazy ass engineering that we've developed because we've built a civilization that's strong and powerful, and say, hey, look, the whole thing's a pyramid scheme. We can't keep on trying to grow. All the governments keep saying, we need growth. You need growth for what? You need growth for feeding the cycle. Growth is going to solve all our problems because we get more tax. Well, hang on a minute, those people at the top of the pyramid are continuously going to get richer and richer and richer. Okay, so we need more growth. Don't you see that's a pyramid scheme? Eventually what you need is a symbiotic relationship. You look at nature, one thing eats the other, but eventually that then feeds the ground, the earth, when it rots and it dies and it decays or what have you. Like, I think they call it a circular economy. But people have egos. People have, this desire to grow stronger and bigger and better than their counterpart. So I just think it serves as a reminder to be like, you know what? I think we're starting to recognise now, it's at the end of a civilization, I think, that the whole thing's a pyramid scheme, and that we've kind of bought into this idea over generations that we can actually get something if we work hard enough. How much do you need to compete against other people to get to the top? You look at the way that the Koreans study. They go to day school, they go to night school, they get home late at night, repeat, just to what? Get into the best universities, to be the top of the pile, to be the top of the food chain. Are they happy? They don't look very happy. But yeah, it feeds into, do you want to be happy or do you want to be at peace? Before quote unquote clinical depression, there was a time before that, and on reflection it was an interesting time in that my mum had depression, and as a kid I never understood it. I asked her so much, what does it mean, like, how does it feel, why can't you just snap out of it, why can't you just go and be happy? Because as a kid, if you had a bad day, if you had some period of time when you were, getting bullied at school, or weren't included in the football team, or something that made you really unhappy, 1 or 2 days of just feeling a bit unsure about things, you'd have a friend that would help you with something, or you'd go and play football outside, get on your bike and go on. Eventually you'd get over it. Maybe there's a little scar there underneath everything that you grow into as an adult, and you have those insecurities about things. But it never led to me going and getting help from the doctor. It was, you kept on going with life and what have you. Yes, you didn't have the stresses, the pressures of needing to make money or look after yourself because you were at home when you were younger at that age. But something broke when I was about 20. I was at university and I'd been punched in the face and broke my cheekbone. I've got a titanium plate in my cheekbone. I won't go into that story now, but I remember getting home one day from uni. I'd moved back home because I needed medical treatment and what have you. It was easier to do that from home rather than the city centre of Manchester. And I just remember getting home one day from uni and looking in the mirror, looking at myself and just seeing how miserable I looked. Post-breaking, the only times I had prolonged periods of mental health was when I was around good people. People that what I mean by that is people that accepted me, that enjoyed me for me and let me be me, but also gave me their time. I think this is what I need to find again. So maybe why I'm doing these videos. Maybe it's a way of finding a community again of my own. It's very there's people fishing still. It's very hard, I think, when we work in jobs that are online a lot. You only need to really be in that video meeting for a period of time, and then you can escape again. You're not within an office setting all the time. These days, post-pandemic, a lot of jobs are like that, and we spend more and more time probably in our own not echo chamber, but in our own minds, because we're not within groups of lots and lots of people, which basically limits the chances of us having exposure to people who are like-minded. And even people who are not like-minded, and let them have their opinions and just let it slide, let it go. But I definitely feel like that's something I want to find again. I want to find a routine where I can be around people that let me be me, and we can have long conversations, and I think that'll lead to better mental health. Wow. Okay, so I probably need to do this video again, just to make it more clear and succinct. But that's my ramble on happiness. Do you believe in it? Do you believe that happiness is not really possible? It's more balance, or just live as we are, with the rough patches and the good patches, like Stephen Fry? Which comes naturally to you? Are you the kind of nothing really phases you, that you don't get too excited about some things that people get really excited about? Like I said, in sales, if you've won a deal, are you that person that goes, yes, won a deal, hit the gong, super excited? Or you're just like, yeah, closed it, move on, next? Like the football managers, they win, they maybe have a moment of happiness, but they say next match, and keep it quite calm and neutral in terms of their highs and lows. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe. It was a bit of a ramble, sorry about that, but like, comment, subscribe, let me know your thoughts.